I'm Corbett Wall with USDA Market News, here with your weekly feeder and stocker cattle market summary for the week ending April the 11th. We had feeder cattle and calves selling unevenly steady, mostly in a range from $3 lower to $3 higher. Most of the pressure on your heavier weight feeder cattle weighing over 800 pounds, really not enough time to cheapen those cattle up to what they need to be by the time they get finished. And then also pressure on your softer new crop calves as temperatures are starting to heat up, and a lot of people have already bought their grass cattle and starting to get them turned out. The offerings were less attractive this week for the most part because the bulk of receipts were either backgrounded yearlings coming out of growing lots or those new crop calves, fall-born calves, and both of those carrying quite a bit of flesh. Still a lot of popularity for those grass stockers, true grass stockers that have a thin condition and are really ready to turn it on whenever you turn them out on grass, but not enough of those cattle left, those froze out hard stocker cattle that people want. They've been bringing so much money here the last several weeks, and just about anybody that had any available has already sold those cattle by now. And a few that are showing up are bringing a handsome price, but really not enough to test the market. And it does appear that the feeder market is either topping or perhaps tipping a little bit, and because we did see several markets that were reported lower this week, a lot more than we've seen in the last several months. So in fact, the losers probably outweighed the gainers by just a fraction. A lot lighter receipts too, and so that also comes into play. There was 17% less nationwide auction receipts this week than the same week a year ago, but demand was still good, and the few big sales that they did have, they had a good crowd at, and trading was active. One of those was Torrington, Wyoming. They had a good sale there. They had a package of little 288 pound steers bring $3 a pound. Don't see that every day. Also had a short load of 699 pound replacement quality heifers. They brought $1.93 a pound, or $1,350 a head. And it's starting to turn spring around. Almost every place is starting to see some green grass coming up now, and the temperatures are warming up. Corn planters were running on the southern edge of the corn belt. Here in northwest Missouri, saw quite a few corn planters running yesterday around here. Fat cattle trade has yet to develop. It's late Friday here, and really don't have anything firm to report. The packers are facing a tough challenge here. The box beef cutouts have been quite a bit lower here lately, and they're also short bought. So it's going to kind of be tough for them to decide where they want to trade this week. But we are expecting a good grilling weekend in some major population areas, which should help things. Regional weighted averages this week in the north central states, an 8-weight steer cost you $173.01 compared to $175.15 last week and $131.47 a year ago. Down in the south central states, a 7-weight steer cost you $177.28 compared to $178.22 last week and $137.75 a year ago. Down in the southeast, a 500 to 600 pound steer calf cost you $201.82 compared to $201.93 last week and $145.89 a year ago. That wraps up your feeder and stocker cattle market summary for this week. Check out our website for more market information at marketnews.usda.gov. And from the Regional Market News Office in St. Joe, Missouri, we'll talk to you next week.